skin, you can see it beat, intoxicating your energy. First time in so long you felt the heat, evaporating your bindings. Move like the sunlight, darkness can't hold you here. Bold and bright, push through the atmosphere. This is your dawn, this is your break. Move like the, move like the, move like the sunlight, darkness can't hold you here. Bold and bright, push through the atmosphere. This is your dawn, this is your break. Move like the, move like the. I know the sadness that cripples you. It comes in waves and out of the blue. But there are days you feel freedom too. Bask in the glorious lightning. Move like the sunlight, darkness can't hold you here. Bold and bright, push through the atmosphere. This is your dawn, this is your break. Move like the, move like the, move like the sunlight, darkness can't hold you here. Bold and bright, push through the atmosphere. This is your dawn, this is your break. Move like the, move like the. Move like the, move like the. Move like the, move like the. Radiate, radiate, radiate. Gravitate, gravitate, gravitate. Innovate, innovate, innovate. Move like the sunlight.
Hello and welcome everybody to the Streamline Minor League Tournament. I am your caster Pon, joined by Dova today for the last game in our round of 16. How you doing today, Dova?
I'm doing good today, especially I just woke up and stuff. Just been I've been so late today. I'm looking forward to this match. It's the last round of 16 match, obviously between Syndicate and Sabertooth Wolves. There are still two guys remaining to join us, but we will be here too. The map ban is still yet to happen, and we are just waiting for the last two players, and then we are good to go.
Yeah, just waiting for the last two players to come in, and you're typically the one to know a little bit more about these APAC South teams. Do you have any good insights for us going into this game today?
Yeah, I do actually. I have played with Sabertooth Wolves. I played a couple of games with them. I know
Okay.
play.saw is a very good player. He is a good aimer actually. He's a good entry fragging potential and stuff. I don't know anyone from the team Syndicate, but from Team Saw, I have played with them. They were a pretty good team, and it should be a very interesting match.
Yeah, it should be an interesting match. We're going to be moving on to the map ban phase right now. And I'm curious. Do you think we'll be seeing Clubhouse again today?
No, I don't think so. We'll be seeing a clubhouse. I think we might be seeing a cafe, but I'm not quite sure. Depends upon how Syndicate go about their bans. Um, I think Saw would prefer cafe because they were doing pretty well on it. It's up to them. Just when I talk about it, Clubhouse is actually gonna be the first ban, and Sabertooth Wolves are gonna ban Consulate. Meanwhile.
Yeah, Consulate going off the board really early does not surprise me a lot. We have yet to see Consulate played. Just kind of upsetting. I'd love to be able to cast a Consulate map, but I have yet to so far. And as I'm talking, Coastline and Theme Park are going to be taken off the board, and then Cafe is going to be taken off. So I don't think we're going to be going to Cafe today. It'll be between one of the likes of Oregon or Villa.
Yeah, I think Sabertooth Wolves are going to be deciding among themselves what they want. So yeah, they are going to ban Villa, and we are going to go to Oregon, which is a new map. Pretty interesting, pretty interesting. I hope they are well prepped, both Sabertooth Wolves and Syndicate. This is going to be a pretty good match. I hope it is a defender-sided map once again. Oregon, it's a new map, as we know most new maps tend to be a bit more defender-sided. So let's see how the attackers go about their business, and we should be have an interesting game in our hands.
Yeah, we'll be starting off with the Sabertooth Wolves on attack and Syndicate on defense. And I like that you bring up that it's a defender-sided map. We see it as a very, very defender-sided map in Pro League and the higher tiers of play, but I've seen in some of the lower tiers like tier 2, tier 3, um, I've seen in tier 2, tier 3 that it actually swings a little bit more attacker-sided. Because the map is so big and there's so many different points of attack, a lot of teams that are very good at adjusting mid round, and a lot of teams that have a strong drone game, as long as they can as long as they're able to kind of fish out where the utility is going to be held, we see a lot of teams that actually push off where the defenders are trying to hold. An example of that being holding the kitchen dining defense. A lot of
Yeah.
teams will dedicate a lot of utility to holding small tower and to holding bathroom, but I've seen teams that will drone that out in the initial drone phase, switch out, and you can definitely tell they're going based on the way they're droning. They're going to go for a small tower take, and as soon as they see that utility dumped out, they have one or two drones over by big tower meeting, and they'll just go for an attic. They'll go for an attic big tower take, and then push from meeting and attic and get that vertical control instead. So it's different nuances like that where a lot of teams, if they're able to adapt based on how the defenders are holding on this map, I've seen it swing a little bit more towards the attackers. I don't know if you've seen that at all
Yeah,
yourself.
when you speak about it being a bit more towards the attacker side, especially in higher tiers of map or pro league or whatever and whatnot. But at the end of the day, the teams have to adapt to what the defenders are playing. If they are running utility heavy meta, or if not a meta, utility heavy sort of a setup, or if they are doing a roam heavy setup, or they are just doing a stay on site kind of branch their defense towards the various rooms of the particular site and trying to hold them externally or hold them vertically as much as they can. This is a big map, just like you said. But the attackers either can do two things. They can either drone the whole map, or keep their drones, watch the stairs, whatever, however they do it, or they just push towards one side, have a flank drone, have a nomad or a gridlock, and just ignore a side completely, which could be in their favor or might not be in their favor, depending upon how a certain situation turns out. But attackers have to obviously look at the clock, push fast, execute fast, see the setup. So there's a lot of things that goes from the prep phase to the action phase to the end of the round to the execute. And in my mind, it's still defender-sided map, but we have to see how Sabertooth Wolves go about their business in the first couple of rounds.
Yeah. And definitely something we are going to be moving on to our game right now, but an operator that I kind of want to see played a little bit more today is Yana. Yana is very powerful when trying to gain map control. The ability to not have to waste a drone and to waste that utility in order to clear out half the map is very, very critical. And we are going to be moving on to that map ban phase. And I want to give a little shout out to Darkside right now. It is his birthday today, so happy birthday from
Happy birthday, Darkside.
Happy birthday from the production crew over here. And we're going to have our first ban coming in. I'm expecting a Thatcher ban, but we also could potentially see a Maverick ban. Nope. Gonna get that
Thatcher ban, just like you said. Let's see what Sabertooth Wolves are gonna ban as their first operator. I think it's gonna be either a Jackal. They might go towards the Monty. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I think they're still skeptical about what they're gonna ban.
Leaving the Jackal on the board would be very interesting for the fact that a lot of these sites have deep roams for them, and it's going to be the Habana ban.
Okay.
That's going to be actually really critical, especially when they're attempting to defend the kids' dorms, because having that Habana as well as a secondary hard breacher like Thermite makes it really easy to push two hard breachers, one towards master bedroom and closet and one towards attic. But a Wamai is going to be taken off the board.
That's a very interesting ban, actually. Just when I talk about a Jaeger, okay. I mean, the Novamai and Jaeger. All right, I wasn't expecting that. I have never expected a Jaeger ban in any sort of match, tournament level match. I mean, I don't know. Let's see. Even the chat is going limo about it, but we'll see how the match goes. I guess it was a ban from Syndicate, the ban the Jaeger. Unless they bring out a lot of Ying and a lot of utility, it's going to be very, very a tough day for the defenders, I believe.
I am not seeing this being a defender-sided match at all. This is going to be an absolute feast from the an absolute feast in terms of utility. That's both your utility ops down, and I'm almost thinking that you can't really go to laundry at that point. I mean, and we are going to see the Ying being brought out during the 6 pick, but there's going to be a lot of rushes coming on because they don't have to worry about dumping utility. They can really this is a lot of free range for the defenders. Or for the attackers. I'm actually really liking these two bans coming.
I mean, it's not something you see every day. This is going to be a very, very unique match. But just when I talk about it, the Wamai and the Jaeger is banned, but we don't see the attackers running any sort of frag grenades in their lineup. But they do have the Ying with the 6 pick to the Ying. But having a couple of frag grenades, I think would have benefited them a lot, especially considering Oregon how it is. You can just it is quite soft breachable. You can nade people from below. You can nade people from various windows and stuff. So, but they decided not to go for it. Meanwhile, on the defense, we see the Cade and the Bandit, along with the Maestro Legion and Echo. So, I'm not sure what kind of setup they're running. It's just sort of a ranked hold, I guess. And it'll be interesting to see how the attackers push this side.
Yeah, and I honestly am expecting a rush, to be quite honest with you. Bringing out that Ying, especially not having any of that utility denial on the board. I honestly would be expecting a rush, but looks like we're not gonna get that right now. They're gonna be trying to open up attic. They might be pushing from below to do so. It looks like they're trying to figure out where that electric call is at. But if I was the attackers, I actually would move towards small tower window or dorms window, I would smoke it off, try and take out any players playing behind dorms, and I would just ying it out of plant. Try and get that plant down as early as possible.
Just when you talk about there are incandelas that's gonna go off, and Ying is already in, but she is gonna die. It is a trade, but Play in the end is gonna get the Maestro and just hop out of the window into safety. It is a 4v3 right now, but the attackers are yet to get the breach done, and meanwhile, so much is happening. Let's just talk about it. Bandit is gonna get messy. I don't know where that actually was, but uh, okay, so it was a trophy window. The attackers are still trying to get some sort of control. Try to breach attic, try to gain control of attic. Uh, it is going to be a pretty haphazard match, I believe.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to play at a really fast pace right now, especially being able to get that Ying on the board, but Ying's going to be taken off very early on. It's very good pick for the attackers because now you don't have to worry as much of her blinding your entire team, and my apologies for the defenders, but also for the attackers not having to worry about them blinding the entire team. As many of us have felt that pain before, and it looks like Darkside getting a nice little pick onto Dark Lord right there. Nice little pick coming in, and it looks like we're going to be seeing the Nomad push up white stairs. They're trying to gain control of Trophy out there, and they're trying to pincer in the attackers right now. Oh, so close to a headshot right there. Godfire taking play off the board. The same with JD. It's all going to be on Darkside. A 1v1 for the birthday boy, and he's not able to take it out. Iron Bat clutching it out, and that'll be the first round for the defenders.
Yeah, Iron Bat coming in clutch for his team, getting a triple kill in the process, using the Echo, the MP7, I believe. I'm 7 with the Echo, and MP5. I may be wrong. Anyways, I wanted a bit more from the attacker side, to be honest. The Ying just put her incandelas and just went in without any sort of crossfire, and I don't know any sort of information. But they're trying to play this at a pretty fast pace because they know the Jaeger and the Meyer band, they don't have to worry about much utility, I guess. But they are gonna bring out some Goyo shields around this time. And I don't know why Kali couldn't get the K charge. Maybe he tricked it. Just when I say about it, Goyo is gonna be 6-pick to Warden, and Ying is being 6-pick to IQ. So Warden trying to counter Ying is just the Ying is not going to be on the board anymore. But they banned the Hibana Sabertooth Wolves, but they are running just one breacher, mind you. I mean, if they could just run the Maverick, and if they have a good Maverick player in the team, I don't know, maybe they do, maybe they don't. But if they run a Maverick, I think it will be a lot easier from them if they push two sides of the map and try to corner the defense. But they didn't do it that round, so the Syndicate get the first round on the board.
Yeah, interesting choice right there, and I know I say interesting a lot, but that definitely is a unique choice to bait out the Goyo. It's interesting. I gotta say it's interesting. They're going to this basement defense because this basement defense is going to be very hard to hold, especially because there's really no there's no extended hold you can do into blue and to hold off the push from dirt. Like it. But
yeah, they literally have to reinforce because they can't put a shield in blue anymore. There's no Wamai, there's no Jaeger. You'll be just sitting ducks if you put a shield and try to hold blue or construction.
Yeah, they're being a little bit cognizant of those spawn peaks, especially having that Godfire on the dock on the board. And in the last game we saw with Syndicate, Godfire was able to make a lot happen with the dock. Very talented aimer, very good with that MP5. And so I'm fairly certain the teams were able to see those VODs and understand that we got to be a little bit more cognizant of him. And the Warden pick coming out, I got to say it was a really good bait by Hellboy. Bringing out the Ying and seeing that they didn't bring the Warden, 6-picking over to the IQ. I mean, Warden isn't a useless op, but his utility isn't going to be as necessary as we want. And the first pick's going to be coming out from Hellboy himself, using that G8, taking out the player that is holding freezer. So he knows that freezer's clear. So as long as he's able to get open that freezer wall, this is going to be a lot of crucial control for them early on.
Yeah, we see IQ and Thermite also Kali in freezer now. They are trying to gain this control over from the freezer side of things. But just like I said earlier, if they had a Maverick and they could take control of blue as well, it would be just so much better for them, considering how this map goes about. It is a bit of defender side, but if they get the breach done, defenders will still have an angle on them. They just can waltz in and try to plant or whatever. And maybe I think Thermite is going to rotate to the other side, go towards blue, and get the breach done from over there as well. But it's already 1 minute 10 seconds left, and Nomad is already in sight, I believe, and I guess he can go for a plant if they just want.
They honestly could if they cated off the or my bad, if they nomaded off the rotates the rotate hole. They actually could get that diffuser, that planter down, and almost a pick coming in there on his own team oh my gosh, from that sniper of the Cali, and the plant's gonna go down. It's going to be essentially a 1v1 all on Godfire as his teammate is down and he's not able to dock him up. Or he is able to dock him up, my apologies. And so it's all gonna be left. Ironbat's gonna be taken off the board. Godfire able to get himself up. They're not able to finish off that down, and it's gonna be Play and JD right versus Godfire. Play pulling out that SPS MG9, a very powerful SMG. He's going to be able to get him down, and Play clutching it out for his team. And that is going to be the first round won by the attackers.
Yeah, I like what they did there. They took control of the freezer, cleared out the laundry, took the hallway. They put nomad charges, just went for the plant. A couple of picks here and there could have been, a bit better. But in the end, they won the round, and it's 1v1, and saw put their first round on the board.
Yeah, and I really liked the decision there to push Attic, especially when they had droned it out and noticed that there was no roam that they had to worry about. It looks like they set up I don't want to say like flank drones, but they definitely were a little bit more cognizant in the droning phase, knowing that there wasn't going to be much of a deep roam coming off other than the dock. And as soon as they droned out the site to see that my apologies, as soon as they droned out to the site to see it looks like there's a 5-man hold on site, Hellboy was able to get that initial pick into Freezer, which took out and they didn't have another player rotate in there, so giving up that early Freezer control and early main stairs control, you go for an entire south side take, and it's very, very hard as a defending team in order to retake that, especially when you have the Nomad on the board, able to cut off those rotates and cut off those flanks in. It was I'd say it was a very good choice from the attack there.
Yeah, I think they played very well, but as we speak about it, the defense are actually going to bring out a Mira this time, which could prove very, very influential and powerful. Trying to hold this side. They do know they might go for the same take again, so they have decided to employ a Mira towards the laundry side. And meanwhile on the attacker side of things, they still have the same set of lineup. Hellboy once again picked IQ, 6 picking from the Ying. We don't see the Warden coming out from the defense anymore. Kate, a Vigil. Obviously, there's no Jaeger, no Maya. There's the Mira, Ella, and Bandit. Will be interesting to see how the attackers approach this once again with the Mira in place this time around. While the Vigil is doing sort of a deep roam, he is up towards 2F, he is up towards Attic, and I think Darklock, who is running the Ella, is also going to support him with. He's running the shotgun. I think he's just going to play the stairs, be aggressive as much as he can, and let's see where the attackers push from this time.
Looks like the attackers are going to be going for a big tower take. The player behind Pillar is going to be taken off. That's the first pick coming in again from Hellboy onto Numb. The same first pick that came in last time was Hellboy onto Numb.
Yep.
Looks like Hellboy has his number right now, and that's going to be your player out from Pillars. And if they drone that out, that's really free for them to rotate down and take control of Pillar's side.
If you notice, they haven't reinforced a single wall towards the Pillars. I mean, Ash could just ash it and have a clear line of sight towards the site. The single wall, the wall right there where Bandit is playing right now. They haven't reinforced that. I mean, that is a big mistake from the defenders, I have to say. I don't know where they use the reinforcements, but that is a very, very important wall that you should obviously reinforce. Meanwhile, the construction has already been breached.
Yeah, I'm curious, and I was curious if Messi was going to try and breaching charge it so that they can get a nice line of sight there for the Cali. But no, he's going to be taken off the board by Iron Bat, I believe, and that's a really good pick coming in right now. And it's going to be all onto the Cali IQ and Thermite, but they haven't cleared out Godfire on this roam, and if he's able to rotate down those big tower stairs. Ooh, nice little peek coming in there from Cali. Not able to hit his shot, but I'm liking this Cali play coming in right now. But Godfire's still not known, and that flank could be really crucial. They don't have any flank denial. I don't know if Nomad was able to place the charges down there, but if he's able to rotate in, that could be the round for the defenders.
Yeah, it was a 4v3, but we saw Hellboy taking out one more uh, guy from Syndicate, and it's a 3v3. Even though Play is on a very small amount of HP, can he win this fight? I don't think so. If the Vigil peaks, yeah, he loses this fight. The Vigil is gonna kill, and the Mira is gonna kill Darkseid as well, and it's a 3v1 in the hands of Hellboy. 3v1. Can he clutch this out? I don't think so. Just 10 seconds left. Can he do this? He doesn't have the diffuser. He has to go for the frag. Meanwhile, defenders are peeking aggressively. He is gonna get a triple kill. He has to clutch this out, get an ace clutch if he's gonna win. He's on a very slow amount of HP. He does get the kill, but he runs out of time and doesn't have the diffuser anymore. Nice try, Hellboy. I mean, the defenders were peeking every angle, but in the end, there was no time, and Syndicate put their second round on the board.
It's a nice little 4K coming in there from Hellboy. I actually thought he had it because of how aggressive the defenders were getting. I thought they were going to throw the round. He was able to get 2 quick picks there. He was able to take out the Ella, and if he just was able to hit Hellboy on that flank, he would have been able to clutch it out, and that would have been an absolutely insane ace clutch. We've seen a few of those come in, especially. I think it was against K11. They've had 3 aces against them so far. 2 of the exact same aces coming in on Clubhouse, but Hellboy really doing as much as he can for the team. But I gotta say, I'm really liking the attacking style coming in right now. The only thing I have to say is that they aren't watching their flank as much, and they're relying a lot on that Cali sniper to try and contest quick peek angles. As soon as Godfire knew, hey, I have to peek up against a Cali right now, he just wide swung it, and that's exactly what you have to do. I think that trying to rely a lot on that bolt action sniper, especially when you aren't hitting your shots, is going to come at a little bit more of a detriment to your team.
Yeah, I think the attackers are doing well, and the defenders are. It is going pretty 50-50 till now, but I don't have any idea how the defenders have won 2 rounds till now. Just having there's no Wamai or the Jaeger. Obviously, it's a big difference. It just changes how the game plays, how the match turns out, because the both of them are such influential and important operators to how you play the game. But they are going to bring out the class this time. Dark Lord is trying something new. There's no Mira this time around. There's once again the Warden that's going to be played. There's the Echo for information, and Cade and Bandit obviously for the reinforcement breach denial. But they do have a Kali on board. Let's see if they can get this bridge done on Attic quickly.
Yeah, looks like they are going to be trying to get a Kaich trick coming in right now to try and prevent that pushback there, but I think that the Cali will very easily be able to get those off the board
Yeah,
again.
just Kali, just when you say speak about it, that kite is tricking, that wall actually can't be tricked. If I'm being just honest, you can just go to meeting. They are still running the IQ. They can just go to meeting and shoot whatever kite or bandit charges are there from below. I mean, the Kali doesn't have to waste her charges trying to get rid of the Cades and whatnot. But I think they're going to be just doing that, try to get the breach done, try to save as much as time as possible, and get their entry into the side while she Clash playing towards Trophy. I think he does know there is someone playing towards the master bedroom. He is going to keep his shield up.
Yeah, I'm curious as if Cali's going to rotate over along with this. Cali's going to rotate over along with the Thermite to try and get open that closet wall. Because that is a very crucial wall. As C4 coming out, as Hellboy's able to get the first pick onto Numb again, and then getting the pick onto Uzi. 2 very nice picks coming in right now from Numb. It's going to be a 5v3 situation. And the attackers are really putting it all together right now. They have attic control. If they really want to, they could have kids' bedroom control, and that would be and that would be their round. If they're able to push in through there, there aren't any defenders playing in there. Last time I saw, they were able to get that. They're able to very quickly get that that games wall open. And as I say that, Godfire is going to be taken off the board by the Cali. Very, very good trade coming in there. And as I say that, Hellboy with his third kill of the match is going to be a 3v1 situation, all onto the Clash. Not much Clash can do, and Hellboy coming from behind, second 4-kill in a row. And that's going to be a round one by the attackers.
Yeah, Sabertooth played that really well. Hellboy once again influential for his team. I think he's already on 9 or 10 kills or something. He's doing really well. But oh my god, he's on 11 kills and 2 deaths. Wow, really well played, Hellboy, really well played. But you know, in attack he got 2 quick frags. He just went straight up. I didn't see any drones. They were just there, and somehow he just walked up and he just shot the warden and the one more guy. But I don't know how the defense just couldn't put up any echo drones or something just so they can have the information that someone is just walking up to them so that he can swing around and use warden can use his shotgun. The defense have to play this a bit more better than they were doing. Otherwise, it's going to be a whirlwind for them.
Yeah, I think having that one Mayan Jaeger taken off the board, it requires the defenses to get a little bit more creative. But even then, you've seen it's been a pretty big challenge for the defenders in order to pull off the attack. And I think the defense is getting, I don't want to say they're getting overly aggressive, but they are peaking some very curious angles. Godfire doing a lot for his team right now. Getting some pretty nice picks, as well as Iron Bat. Yeah. But I do want to note, in these last 3 rounds, Hellboy has been 3-0 on entries, and I'm not quite sure if I noticed it the first round, but he has taken Numb off the board first every time so far.
Numb is not having a pretty good day, I have to say. But like I said, they are getting pretty lucky, I believe. I mean, I can't say lucky, you know. They haven't been droning much, so they are just waltzing into the side. Just like I said, they have to play off the information. There is no echo this time, but there was an echo the last time they were playing. And I don't know if the defense put any one of their echo drones on Attic. They should have done it. They should have played off the information. They should have relayed it to whoever was playing in Attic. They should have done that, and maybe the round would have turned differently. But in the end, Saw played it really well. Hellboy played it really well. They got the round done. It's a 2-2 to both the teams. There's still a lot to play for. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, and something I do have to note about these teams right now, especially Saberwolves, Saberwolves attack, they're not doing a roam clear at all. They're doing a semi-roam clear, like you can see with them droning right now. They're droning out parts in the map, but they're not doing an active roam clear with an attacker, even though there is a vigil on the board. A little bit curious of them to do so. I mean, Godfire can make something happen with that roam. He was a little bit late to attacking, a little bit late to pushing on their laundry supply defense. They were still able to win that round, but if Godfire came in a little bit earlier before the players were able to rotate over to blue, he would have been able to get 2 very quick picks.
Yeah, I think the like I said beginning the start of the match, there could be 2 ways you can just when I talk about it. Messi is gonna get the Maestro. I don't know where he was playing. Oh, okay, he was playing inside the side, and I think the Ash just went in, droned himself that he was alone, and just killed him. And Godfire is gonna get one play. He's gonna get Godfire. Immediate trades coming in. It is a 4v3 still. Still 1 minute 20 to play. There's a lot to play. Let's see how that goes. But just like when I was talking about it, there's 2 ways you could go about this in the map in terms of attack. You can just either go for a full roam clear, or you could just ignore the roam, hold your rotations, put drones, put nomad charges, and I think Sabertooth rules are doing the latter to save as much as time as possible, you know.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to be droning out a little bit more this time around. I'm really liking that decision, but Uzu being taken off the board very early on. I mean, that's really your only planting out other than those 2 C4s. Having that Maestro taken off, that's a lot of intel, and right now the attack is doing a very good job. Messi with the 2nd kill onto Numb. It's going to be all on Dark Lord and Iron Bat. Dark Lord and Iron Bat doing as much as they can right now. Dark Lord coming up right now with a donut, but he could change that right now, and Iron Bat really doing a lot in the clutch. But they're going to have attic control, and they're going to have master bedroom control, so it's going to be very hard for the defenders to make something happen out of this. They're going to have to be getting a little bit more aggressive, trying to even out this man count. And as I say that, JD's going to take Dark Lord off, and Messi's going to take off Iron Bat, and that's going to be a very quick round one by the attack.
Yeah, Messi played it really well. Played well on the Ash. Got the frags inside the site. He got a triple kill that round. If we go into the round switching sides with a 4-2 in the favor of Sabertooth Wolves, I think it's going to be a very steep hill that Syndicate would have to climb. But having said that, then again there is the Mayan Jaeger, and they could turn it over on their attack. So I don't know. So we'll see about how that goes. And they are going to go to the laundry since the 2F side is not working out for them. They are going to go laundry with the Mira, the Ella, the Bandit, the Vigil, and the Kate, while the attackers are bringing a Kali, IQ, Thermite, Nomad, and Nash pretty much all throughout the match.
I have to say, I was gonna say that I've really been liking that Cali play from play. He's been able to be the second top frag on his team with an operator that's a little bit new, and a lot of teams are a little bit hesitant to take. I mean, we are seeing it a lot more in Pro League, especially with the Thatcher bans coming out. And we are seeing it a lot on Oregon because there are so many long angles that can be held that Sniper does fairly well with it. But we are going to be seeing, instead of the Cali, we're going to be seeing that Twitch brought. And I'm a little bit curious on how they're going to be working with that Twitch drone. I'm assuming they're not going to let the Twitch drone come into the objective at all, and they're just going to try and show that a little bit more as a surprise for the attackers. But we will see how that plays out. And Mira reinforcing the wrong side of the wall.
Yeah, where is he gonna put the Mira? How is he gonna put the Mira there? Is it gonna be a soft Mira? Oh, they have reinforced the single wall this time towards the basement side. Okay, so it's gonna be a mirror looking towards the construction, one of the mirrors, and I don't know where he's gonna put his second mirror. I'm pretty sure they have the idea that you can't put the Mira on the other side of the wall. So there must be a reason he did that. Yeah, he's going to put it looking towards the freezer. So yeah, he knew what he was doing. I mean, it was confusing for us, but obviously they have the comms, they have their thing going on among themselves. So while just when he talked about it, Twitch is actually going to get one of the Mira open, who is very well played by him. Actually, so he's picking from the Kali to the Twitch and doing his job in the process. That's very well played. There's the free line of sight the attackers have right now because the Mira window has just opened up.
Was he able to open? Which mirror did he open up? Did
he open up the mirror looking towards the freezer?
Ooh, that's going to be a critical one too, because that line of sight is going to be very detrimental to the attack, because now they don't have to waste any soft breach utility or any hard breach utility in order to open up that wall. They're going to have a free line of sight, able to cut out the rotate from oh, they didn't drone out Godfire. He's able to sit in the corner. That's going to be play off the board very early on. That's your Twitch off the board, and that F2 is a very powerful weapon. Uzu's going to be taken out. Not quite sure where Uzu was taken out from. I believe he was playing behind pillars a little bit passively. And Messi, my apologies, is taking out Numb, and he's going to get immediate control of pillars and immediate control of electrical. This is very good. This is very good control from the attack, but Godfire able to rotate back in. I was just about to mention the fact that they didn't clear out Godfire on the roam. He could flank down big tower stairs, and that's exactly what he did. It's going to be a 3-on-3. We've seen Hellboy go off today with that G8, and they're going to be going for what looks like a full
Yeah, well, we see IQ frantically using her bullets on the open mirror wall. I will see Thermite trying to put his claymores. Everyone struggle with it. Not a big deal. You have to sometimes get it once or twice, just to get that perfect angle on the claymore so the defenders can't shoot it, and one of the laser thing, it keeps popping out so they can't rotate back. Meanwhile, it's a 3v3. Godfire is a bit low on HP. The Ally is running the shotgun. There's a Nomad, Thermite, and the IQ on the attacker side. They do look to be pushing towards the laundry side and ignoring the freezer now, because I think the IQ is just going to hold the freezer from there. While meanwhile, Godfire is once again on the roam towards the meeting. I don't know if the attackers have the information or not, but it should be an interesting last 15 seconds.
Yeah, I really hope that Nomad plays down into charges. It's going to be 12 seconds left on the round. Godfire coming in for this late round flank, trying to win it for his team. It looks like they are going to be pushing it right now to laundry. That's not a soft wall there. Hellboy getting Iron Bat off the board. Plant's going to be going down. They need to stop that plant. Oh, Hellboy's going to take out his own teammate, but at the same time, he's able to take out. He's able to take out, I believe that was the Ella, and it's going to be a 1v1 Hellboy versus Godfire. Both these players, the top frags for their team. Godfire has no intel onto where Hellboy is at. Hellboy just holding a very passive angle right now. Looks they are going to fake the defuse just to bait out that sound cue. And Hellboy, all he has to do is pre-fire that corner, and he's able to take out Godfire. It's going to be a 4-2 split for the attack as we move into the half.
Very well played by Hellboy once again. He was very low on HP, but in the end managed to win the fight with the G8. The Vigil, I think, probably missed his shots, but at the end of the day, very well played by Sabertooth Wolves. They pushed up Freezer, got the control, then they rotated towards the laundry side of things. Then they got the plan done. There was a team kill and a team down in the process, but in the end they won it, and it's a rotation, and it's 4v2 in the favor of Sabertooth Wolves.
Yeah, I think Hellboy's just in a groove right now of clicking heads, and it doesn't matter who's in his path, team or not. He took off the Nomad, but in the end, he was able to still clutch it out. And I gotta say, that was a very good play there by Hellboy in that clutch situation. He knew where the diffuser was. All he knew, he just had to pre-fire that corner. And I think that Godfire stuck the diffuse maybe a little bit too heavily. But even that is a very hard 1v1 to win, especially with the diffuser being placed in such a way that the attack could wide swing from either the rotate or from the freezer hallway. So I liked that decision by the attack. A tough loss there, but a 4-2 split going into defense. I've seen this being a little bit more attacker sided with the Wamai and Jaeger off the board, but if the attack is really make something happen, if we're able to see Uzu pop off maybe a little bit and Iron Bat pop off a little bit, we might be able to see this being swung a little bit more on the side of Syndicate.
Yeah, we see Play doing a 6-pick, picking up the Capcan, and Hellboy, who is already on 14 kills, having one hell of a game. But it's a very different set of operators coming in from the defense from what we saw from Syndicate. They are going to bring the smoke, they are going to bring the mute, the Legion, the Vigil, and the Capcan. While on the attackers, once again, it's quite similar. They do have the Thermite, Nomad, and the IQ, but they are going to bring out the Jackal and the Fuse, mind you, Num, who hasn't been able to didn't do much on the defense. I mean, he was having a bad day. Maybe he's going to bring out the Capcan, try to maybe use his cluster charges, get a pick here and there. Meanwhile, we see Capcan playing on the meeting, just doing a sort of a roam with Visual.
Yeah, it looks like Capcan's going to be roaming upstairs and meeting. An interesting roam you can have, but it actually isn't it's a very smart one, because he can place all of his Capcans on the tower doors, and he can go for audio cues, because in order to get the Capcans off the door, you have to shoot them. And if he's able to play off that audio, he should know where the attackers are going to push from. And having that Vigil upstairs, he hears the player on rappel. I don't know if he knows there's a second player out there, being a little bit more cautious about that run out. But having that Vigil upstairs, it makes it kind of a nightmare to drone out, because you don't know where the Vigil's playing, and you can't get control of Attic in order to clear out the Capcan playing down there. Capcan is going to be playing on T2, and we are going to see a gunfight come out. Capcan able to take off a little bit of health from Uzu, and he's just going to rotate back down. He's going to take some damage now. They are taking a lot of time to clear him out. He's going to go for the run out, but Messi able to get Godfire, but it looks like Iron Bat is going to take off that roamer. But I mean, his job is already done. There's only a minute and 1 second left in the round, and there's not much the attackers have done in order to gain any control to make a solid push onto site.
Yeah, the attackers are trying the other approach I talked about earlier. They are trying to get the roam clear done, but it is a big map. The Sabertooth Wolves are doing a very deep roam. Even though they have the Jackal on board, it doesn't look like they have any information that there is someone still playing on the attic. And yeah, it doesn't look like they have the information that there's still someone playing. Messi can just hold here and he can be very, very influential towards the ending of the round. But we see how it goes. Well, I just want to talk about it. Dark side is going to get Wuzu. The Thermite is off the board. No more breaching anything. Just 20 seconds left on the board. Jackal is going to come down, miss his shot. Both of them miss their shots. Hellboy is going to get Iron Bet.
Hellboy's able to get Iron Bat. Darkside's able to get Numb. It's all going to be left on to Dark Lord. His location is going to be known. The C4 coming out. Not able to clear it out, but he's going to rotate up, and Messi on the flank, able to take that out. That was a round to be had. I really liked the defender's choice there to have that roam up in meeting and that roam up in attic. Having that vigil play up in attic, it makes it kind of a nightmare to try and drone him out, and it takes a lot of time for the attackers to clear out those roamers. And in the end, they didn't clear out Messi, and he even if Darkside and Hellboy weren't able to get those 2 picks, a late round flank from Messi would have cleared up that round anyways. That was a very good decision by the defense and a very curious decision by the attack.
Yeah, they were doing a roam towards the meeting and towers, the attic. They had the meeting hatch open, just so they could fall back whenever necessary. In the end, even though the captain couldn't get any picks, he delayed enough time, and uh, Vigil obviously was influential in the flank. Got 2 kills. The smoke, and I believe it was the mute who others got. Each got 1 kill, and in the end, it was very well played by Sabertooth Wolves. I mean, the defenders could have maybe done a bit more. I mean, I'm sorry, the attackers maybe could have done a bit more. Maybe just pushed up sides and held rotations with the nomad, and play some drones for someone to look at the end of the round.
Yeah, and something that I want to point out, this is the analyst in me. There was almost no south side hold. The attackers primarily held that north side, that big tower and dirt tape, and the attackers never adjusted based off of it. They were a little bit hesitant to push that south side because of the vigil on the roam. I really like that decision, having the vigil upstairs, because it makes it very tough to know where he's playing. It makes you a little bit more cautious when attempting to try and especially when trying to take Freezer. But there was no attempt to drone out or even push towards Freezer, so the lack of the mid-round adaptations worked in favor of the defense there.
Yeah, just when you talk about it, we saw where Messi on the Valkyrie put out a very interesting cam outside the main window. And it's already a 2 minute 30 into the round, and we don't really see anything going on for the attackers as of now. Num, who hasn't been having particularly a good game, is on the Zofia now. Let's see if he can do some damage. And sometimes people do have one of these games where you just can't seem to get anything right. But if he gets it right and can be influential for team, it would be right now they're the most wanting to be. While we see Darkseid running a suppressor on the Goyo once again. Um, Yesterday we talked about it heavily, how the suppressor works out, and I mean it's an interesting choice. People have their own choice. They bring out the suppressor, they bring out the red dot and whatnot. I mean, reflex, whatever you want to play. But personally, I don't like the suppressor much. It just reduces the damage, increases the e-coil. But personal preference to that side. However, he does it. The Goyo shield is going to be destroyed by the Zofia, I believe, and they are going to try to drone this attic out. They have already breached the attic, and they are doing their drones properly. I like this. If they can just execute properly, it should be a good for the attackers.
Yeah, I wonder if Ironbat's going to rotate around and try and open up that games wall. But Pulse with this deep roam, if he's able to make something happen out of this, I don't think the attackers necessarily know that he's playing down here, but he's calling out that there are 2 players in T2, and he's being a little bit more cautious with how he's pushing. I don't know if they got the Nomad charge off on the stairs. It looks like they have the Claymore, but the Claymore I don't think is going to be enough to stop him from pushing up. Oh, he's able to get the C4 from below, and the timing of that. If he's able to peek that vertical hole, he is not, but that's going to be a lot more. That's going to be a lot more for the attack now. Not having any of your players taken off by that C4 from below, and only a sliver of health taken off of Dark Lord. they have the attic control they want, but they have 30 seconds left in the round. They're gonna have to make something work from it.
Yeah, just by looking at while Capital is gonna get 2 kills, JD and Messi, well, he's gonna be traded off by the Pulse. If he's a 4v2, Godfire is gonna get one. Godfire is gonna actually get a team kill, while Pulse is gonna get the Iron Bat, the Thermite, and Hellboy is gonna get Godfire from a 4v2 of 1v2, and suddenly Sabertooth Wolves have won the round. I mean, it happened all so fast. I was gonna say something else, but suddenly there were picks coming all over. I didn't expect Sabertooth Wolves to win that round, but they do in the end. And it is a pretty one-sided match. I have to be honest. I mean, I expected Syndicate to bring more out from themselves, but it is match point to Sabertooth Wolves. It is 6-2 in the favor of Sabertooth Wolves.
Man, I was just gonna say that Numb can't escape the pain of that G8A1, even on attack. Having to go up against Hellboy on that G8A1 on defense, and now having to go up against Godfire on attack on the G8. I feel really bad. Numb's really not been having the game of his life, especially, I mean, playing the Fuse first, that was a little bit of a curious choice, but playing those frag heavy ops, I mean, he really just has not been his game so far. A little bit of a funny team kill coming in there, especially from the G8A1, but I really gotta commend the attack there. They were trying to make that execute come in. Ooh, was able to get 2 of those. Uzu was able to get those 2 kills coming in, and was able to open up White. He was able to get that control of White stairs, but he didn't know that the Pulse was playing from below. And that quick pick coming in and the team kill, I mean, it was the control of the map was very
nice oranges, James. Nice oranges. I know. I mean, are these apples? Are these oranges? I don't know. Are they tomatoes? I have no idea.
Nice. Again, the control of that round switched very quickly from the attackers to the defenders, and it really all came up when Pulse was able to get the kill onto that kill onto Uzu. He was able to make everything happen there. And it looks like we are going to be seeing a run out from Godfire, my apologies, on Messi onto Godfire, and that's your top frag off the board. Godfire's been able to make everything happen so far, and it's this round really isn't looking good so far in the legs of the attack.
Yeah, losing an early influential player in the round really does get you demotivated. It is a 5v4 still pretty doable. There's a lot of play towards the round. Just when we go back and talk about the last round, once again, I just can't believe how Pulse was given so much room. I don't think so there was a nomad shard. I just saw the Claymore. I didn't see any drones that were placed, so the attackers have any information. Just when I take about it, Numb is actually going to get one of his kills, and he's got to get the Mozzie of the board. Play is not going to be part of this round anymore. It's once again is a 4v4, just like I said, while Messi is still doing a roam on the 2F. The attackers have decided to just push side, I guess, just not go for any roam clear this time around, just hold angles, hold drones, while JD is going to get Iron Bat. Thermite is down, while Jackal tries to frantically shoot some bullets towards the hallway. Meanwhile, there are still 2 players roaming above. They have this hatch control. They have, and let's see how that goes. Numb, while is holding an angle towards the Z corridor, as I like to call it. Capitao is going to use his balls, try to flush out anybody that might be playing there, while Messi is still doing a deep roam, and I don't think so the attackers have any idea that he is still playing freely for the side, while Jackal is going to get the Legion and Numb with a double kill. A bit late, but better late than never, I guess. Messi holding an angle from the freezer towards the corridor, shower corridor once again. While Capitao is going to go into the side, and Numb gets the triple kill, gets Messi off the board. Come on, Numb, you can do this. Let's go get the ace. Well, Dak Lottie is going to get the plan down. It is a 3v2.
Attackers activating diffuser.
Yeah, diffuser's going to go down. Very good play there from the gridlock. And as I say that, that's going to be the 4K for Numb, clearing it up, taking Darkside off the board, and what looked like it would be a round inside of the defenders. Numb able to make it happen for his team. He came alive in this round, and that is going to be one round one for Saw.
Yeah, having lost the Godfire in the beginning of the round didn't deter them at all. They got the pricks that they needed to get the execute done. The Capita went with his balls, went inside. Gridlock used his track stingers and just, I guess, smoked and went for the plant. While Jackal just held this corridor, the shower corridor, and it was a well played round from them. 3 to 6, still a big advantage towards Sabertooth Wolves. Be it could turn out differently if the attackers played well. Let's see. We are hoping for an overtime. Come on, give us the overtime. We'd be very, very happy to cast all of that. But it is still match point. If Saw played well, it should be a good game for them.
Yeah, and a little correction, that was a round 1 by Syndicate, not Sabertooth.
Yeah, Syndicate.
No
My bad.
one might get roasted a little bit in the chat for that one,
Attackers
but
need to locate and defuse
but yeah, I
as many
mean,
bombs
Numb
as
was
they
able to
can.
make it happen. The defenders were getting a little bit aggressive with peeking that Z corridor, as you call it, and Numb was just clicking heads at that point. I mean, he has arguably one of the best assault rifles in the game in the C7Z. And playing that frag role, he fragged out. He was able to equalize out the round very quickly, getting the first pick onto, I believe it was play upstairs on the Mozzie, and equalizing out to a 4-4 really opened up a lot more for the team, not having to play at that man disadvantage. And we are
10
going to be going
seconds
to a
remaining.
basement laundry hold, and if they're able to clear out those roamers and Numb is able to make something
5
happen on the
seconds to
Jackal,
insertion.
I think that this round could go. I think that the attack
Attackers
does
are
have
heading out to
a
defuse the
very
bomb.
good chance at winning it out, but I believe they're going to be having that Legion roaming a little bit more towards small tower, so it's going to be a bit more challenging for them. But again, I'm hoping they are able to make something happen.
Yeah, and just when I said in the beginning of the very first round, when Sabertooth didn't bring any grenades on their attacking lineup, we see even from Syndicate not opting for any grenade operators. A Maverick, a Sledge, who could be very, very influential. Any sort of nade operators, because the Wamai and Jaeger is banned, mind you, guys, if you remember. They are opting not to bring any. Dark Lord is gonna run the Gridlock. Giant Bat is on a Thermite. We have the Zofia, the Ash, and the Jackal. I mean, you could switch one of those operators for, I'm pretty sure, one at least for a Sledge or someone with a grenade. But it's personal preference. They can do what they want. It's up to them anyway. They are going for a roam clear, I believe, this time around. They try to get the push happen from 2F, but I would suggest just to push side. At this point they don't have much utility. They don't have Homa Jaeger. Just push side, hold angles, keep some flank drones. That's it. I don't think so. You do need to do a roam clear, but it's up to them what they do. It's still 1 minute 40 left.
It looks like the roamers are going to come back to site. JD's still playing over by Freezer. And something I do want to note of what you said, we haven't seen any grenade play today. I mean, we've seen a lot of utility come out, especially with the likes of Ash and Sophia, but we haven't seen any nade play. And it looks like if the attackers are able to call it out, it looks like Freezer is almost entirely clear. If they get JD out of there,
Yeah,
they
I
can
mean,
go
if
for a
I'm
full
not wrong,
booster
I think I saw
push.
Freezer as soft. Are the Freezer walls soft? Am I correct? Yeah, the
Yes.
Freezer walls are
Yes.
soft. Legion is playing over there. So okay, they are gonna have some sort of utility, employ some sort of utility, and just try to hold it. But meanwhile, we see Num still holding the 2F and Ash still playing on the attic side. There's just 1 minute left on the board. If Syndicate are not careful and are not fast enough in their execute, I don't think so. They have the necessary tools or the necessary ability to get this execute happen. But when I talk about it, Hellboy is gonna get Wuzu. The Zofia is not there anymore, and he's gonna start smoking. Obviously, there's just 40 seconds left in the round, while someone is Messi, who's on the vigil, has been down, and it should be an easy revive for the defenders.
Yeah, having Hellboy playing in Harry Potter right now is going to be very beneficial for their team because he's able to stop that big tower push with his smoke grenades. He doesn't realize that a player's going to be coming down. He downs him with a shotgun. Very, very curious choice there by Godfire to jump that, and it looks like Numb is able to take off play yet again. They're going to try and rush site right now. My apologies. Gridlock trying to push in, getting one pick, but not able to make it happen. JD clearing out that round, taking off that Nomad. That is going to be GG's for Sabertooth Wolves.
Yeah, that is going to be GG's for Sabertooth Wolves. 7-3, very well played by them. Hellboy, obviously, very influential for them, popping off just so much, just having such a great time on the IQ and obviously on the defender operators, whichever he was playing. 19 kills, mind you, 19 kills and four deaths. Insane for any player in any day. Well played, Hellboy. Well played, Sabertooth Wolves. They progressed to the next round. It's a very good game. GG's in the end.
GG's in the end. I believe was it I think it was Hellboy that went off in the last game he played. I believe he dropped like 21 and 3 on Coastline or something like that.
Hmm.
A very talented fragger in of his self. You saw him pop off the G8A1, but playing on defense, he was playing that primary SMG11 role and making a lot happen out of it. And I do want to give it up as well to Messi and Play. Messi and Play were also very influential in those defensive rounds, getting a lot of crucial picks of their own and creating a lot of havoc on that deep roam. Both of them being the roamers, and Hellboy, even though he was the top frag of the team, was more of an anchor and was able to hold off the site with his, I'd say, superior gun skill, and was able to get the picks that he needed doing just that.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of the few very weird matches, I have to be honest, in my life that I have encountered. As a player and as a caster. No Wamai, no Jaeger. Obviously, we do see the Wamai ban sometimes. We do see the, I mean, very rarely the Jaeger ban sometimes. But both the Wamai and the Jaeger ban, and it was a 4-2 in the favor of Sabertooth Wolves when uh, the switch happened for them when they went on to defense. And I do believe the attacker could have done a bit more. They didn't have much information. The droning wasn't very good, but you have to give credit where credit is due. Sabertooth Wolves played it really, really well, and in the end, they were victors and progressed to the next round.
They will progress to the next round. I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see how they play moving forward. A very, very impressive game again today against Syndicate. Darkside able to get that. Darkside able to get that win on his birthday. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. I want to thank Dova as my co-caster. Wonderful game we had, and we will be moving on next to the round of 8.
Bye bye, guys. Take care.
They said, don't fall, don't forget all the things you've been taught, you've been told. Don't blink, don't run, don't turn left or turn right or look straight at the sun. My mind's going in circles, I'm trying to fight it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. Gone to the place where all this began. Just start again. Oh, you won't see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all if you reach out and touch. My mind is a battle, I'm trying to hide it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. All knew the place where all this began.